by the time I entered graduate school, my road to the history department was unconventional as well. My degree, my undergraduate degree is not in history. Instead it's in literature. But I took a course in Pacific Northwest history, and I remember sitting in that class, 9th, 10th week, and no mention of Latinos. And I knew that my family now, it's going on maybe 60, 70 years that they've been in Eastern Washington. So for many generations, and I knew that others had been there before, but there was no mention of Latinos. And I was, I had already decided to go into law school. So I took the LSAT, and I did quite well. So I was admitted to the University of Washington Law School, and I had a King County Bar Association scholarship to go to law school. I was also admitted to other law schools, and I was sort of following Guadalupe's path. But I took this course in Pacific Northwest history, and it was a, if not a defining moment, it turned my life in a different direction, because I realized that there was something else that had to be done. So I petitioned the history department without a background in history to enter the graduate school. And they let me in. And I got a master's degree, and then I left. And I contacted my old mentors. There was a very promising young man at the time in the history department, Carl Solberg, a specialist in Argentina, who was very valuable to me. And I came back, and when I entered the PhD program, I remember that I said, that I wanted to come back and sort of take care of unfinished business. And he said, "You're older now." I said, "Yes." And he said, "But are you wiser?" And I think that the message was that I had to, and I think I was a serious student all along, but I had to become an even more serious student. So I began to move away from that kind of activism, because it took its toll. There were many people, very good people, that whose careers never went anywhere. So that was a conscious decision on my part. It doesn't mean that I'm totally uninvolved. I think that my involvement in the community and with students and in civil rights issues and social issues is even more profound now than it was then, because now the community, young people expect you, when in the 1960s there wasn't that expectation, there wasn't that sense of responsibility. So there was a period where I sort of concentrated on studies, but I remain very much involved in these kinds of issues.